tried to make friends. Woo! You saw another king cobra. Okay? Please subscribe because I'm noticing I have a lot of people viewing our channel and they're not subbing. Hi everyone. We're going to talk about a controversial subject, and that's the keeping of venomous reptiles. That means snakes and lizards that are venomous, which means they're ultimately dangerous. In my personal opinion, they're not good pets, and I'm going to show you why. I love them dearly. And remember, liability. Liability means if I own something and I keep it in my house, I am responsible for people's safety around that. Did I lock the cage? Am I being responsible? Does my cage meet the requirements? Is it kept in a room where other people can't get to? Can it get out of my house? So all of these things are responsibilities, and these are the things that put people in the news. When I'm irresponsible with my pet python and attacks me or does something and it gets blown out of proportion and it goes into the news, that goes in the news cycle and it displays front and center the keeping of reptiles. The same can also be noted with keeping venomous animals. So let's go over some of the basics. Right off the bat, caging and tools. Tools must have dependable, comfortable snake hooks. Venom Life gear. This is a awesome hook that I love. Your snake hook, critical. Forceps. Removing things from the cage, bringing things into the cage. Mistakes. Mistakes happen, that's user error. The behavior of the animal or my situation. If I stick to using hooks and hex armored gloves. So these gloves can allow you to sustain a bite. I'm gonna say sustain a bite from something with smaller fangs. But these are really nifty. These are awesome. I'm going to show you these in use. But I can handle like tree vipers. I can handle copperheads. And these will sustain needle type attacks into the fingers. And these hex armor gloves are awesome. And I can use that. So this other little thing right here, that's a hand. Look at that. Sometimes I want to see, will that snake bite me? Would it try to bite? And sometimes I will throw something in there to see how it behaves, and that is just to remind me what I can actually get away with the animal. First thing, using all your tools. So I'm gonna look and play with a spitting cobra.
Spit on that thing.
They spit, they bite, they act crazy.
Hey guys, what's going on? Andy and Lemon the Burmese Python here to interrupt your video for just a second. Want to let you guys know I recently wrote a kid's book. It's called A Tadpole's Tale. It's a really cute short story about a tadpole that struggles with growing into a frog and getting bullied. I wrote this by myself. I did have someone illustrate it. The illustrations are absolutely beautiful. The book's available on Amazon. It's only 12 bucks. I would really appreciate it if you would support me, and by doing that, you are supporting Kevin. I work on a strictly volunteer basis for him just to help my friend out, but I continue to do it for a long time, and me being able to promote cool stuff like this helps me out there. So I would love it if you would go grab a copy. It'll be the first link in the description of the video. Back into the venomous snakes that are a little bit more spicy than this girl.
So I have this beautiful animal who's sitting back there. If they spit venom in your eyes, it can cause temporary blindness, or it can actually cause permanent injury. So let's just use our glasses. Having a secure cage is essential. So this animal, give it a second. Just kind of like let the animal just kind of figure things out. Okay, so we got a lot of tongue flicks. One thing you want to do is when I'm taking an animal out here, you have to have a safe place where I don't have a lot of clutter, and I don't have things where if I pull the animal out and I start engaging the animal, I'm not going to lose the animal behind something, all right? I also don't want to make this animal feel cornered. So when he gets cornered, he's going to potentially try to spit. So right now, no spitting. So even right off the bat, I'm going to let go, and I'm going to try again, because what would happen is I'm going to start tugging on him because he's caught on something. It's a cage fixture, but he's still, I'm watching his behavior. Everything's really, really good. There we go. Let's get you. All right, so right here. Okay, here we go. So give him a sec. Just kind of let him take it all in. So we're working with the brain. I'm not just gonna sit here and just force my will on him. Really, really cool snake. But look at the size of the head, all right? A lot of venom. He's not spitting at all, but boy, he can spit. Just taking it slow. So what I would generally do when I'm managing the animal like this, if I'm taking him out of his cage, He usually goes into a barrel, and I'll show you the barrel, how we do this. So if I got the animal, he's kind of doubling back on me, I will often use the floor, hold his tail, go back up, nice and slow. His behavior is still good. Good tongue flicking, whatnot. I don't want to lose too much, so I can go right here. Hi, baby. Oh, hi. Usually I would not have this little table right here. There we go. And generally, like a lot of the stuff like this, I don't handle this snake too much. It's just reducing interactions. We use these for education, but this is not something I just take out. I mean, this animal weighs a ton.
Really doesn't even seem to mind that I'm here either.
No, not at all. He's actually very, very sweet. But I'm just trying to encourage people, don't be lulled into a false sense of security. I could, if I really wanted to get a lot of views and get noticed, I could free handle this animal. He's not gonna probably bite me at all. But how stupid would it be of me? Everybody would hate me. Secondly, if I started free handling to get views, I would get so many people that are really good venomous keepers, and they would tell me how irresponsible I am, and I'd have to just like navigate through that. I prefer none of that. I appreciate this animal. I like having this animal, but this comes with a great deal of responsibility. It's an amazing animal. You have to respect them, and if you lose respect of them, you will potentially have problems. So I put him back down, readjust. The twirl's really good. See how I definitely holding the tail, and he's kind of holding on to me? But I haven't done really anything for this guy to freak out. Really cool though.
Dude, the head is
massive.
massive.
Huge. Isn't that great?
Like, I don't know how well that's coming through on camera. That head is $2.50 in size all day long. Beautiful.
Like I always talk about threads of trust. When we're going back, we don't want it to end on a bad note. We want this animal comfortable. So I don't want to have him just dashing in there like, oh my God, I just got rid of the worst threat in the world. Nice and easy. He's back in his cage, which he's very familiar with. So a lot of times we do this with the snake hooks. Like that. Okay, so we had a good episode, a safe episode, a sweaty episode. Now we'll just show you all sorts of pit vipers. We've talked about our tools. We've talked about them being a liability. Also, is it illegal or is it legal in your state? In many states, you need a permit, which shows that you have experience, you have expertise, and you are able to confine and securely keep these animals without endangering the public. That is very important. Now, where is your skill set? Are you really good at dealing with venomous animals? Are you responsible? Are you methodical? Do you have an area you can devote? Can you make sure you're going to be able to do it time and time again? Secondly, how comfortable are you with snakes that want or could bite you and cause a problem? So you need to cut your teeth. You don't go from a boa to a cobra. There's got to be an in-between, and one of the good in-betweens is this species. This is Boega. This is a mangrove snake. They love cameras. So this snake is rear fanged. I'm letting it go near my hand because I have a great relationship with this animal. But I keep a lot of mangrove snakes, and I've earned the trust of this animal. Why is a mangrove snake a good one to work with? Well, they are bitey, and that will keep you on your toes, but their venom is not medically significant that I certainly know, at least for, you know, as far as we can tell. Obviously the people that react to honeybees. Another thing, they're rear fanged, and the venom delivery system is designed to take out, you know, invertebrates, lizards, fish, birds, not so much meat, and there's not a pressurized venom delivery. So I end up making friends with these guys.
So what's the venom delivery system with these guys then?
So it's rear fanged and they're gonna chew, but I still have to be on point. So she's so wonderful. This one is just, I just, you know, her and I get along splendidly.
The banding is pretty
Isn't
crazy.
that really nice? This is multi-cincta. This is wonderful. This is not how mangrove snakes normally act. I generally make friends with my mangrove snakes, but occasionally I let some of mine stay acting like mangrove snakes, and I'm gonna show you a perfect lead-in to all of the behaviors of a venomous without the real dangers.
Whoa.
Okay, so I have not tried to make friends. Okay, same things. Use your hook. Keep them away. Like, he can do bad things to you. So I need to readjust right off the bat. I need to get you on the floor. I need to collect myself because I didn't even anticipate him doing that, and that's the exact reason. You cannot rely on their behavior. Really, really good animal to cut your teeth because he will try to bite you. I don't want to get bit by him.
Neither do I.
No, but your techniques are very, very important. Twirling is always important. Using your hook and keeping him uninterested in you. Woo! See?
Woo-hoo. Oh, there he is.
But this is going to train you to use your hook and calm the animal down. So remember, guys, the trick is when you're dealing with venomous animals, you want to calm them down. You want to win them over. You want to teach them that you're not some nightmare. And by doing that, you have to have reliable handling, smooth movements, and you want to give the animal a chance to settle down and realize what's going on and think. We really want to get him out of the fear mode into a thinking mode. So he suddenly just got into a fear mode. And he's gonna freak out, but he's calming down. Doesn't mean he won't try to do a sucker shot.
Woo! These are one of my favorite snakes to film.
Yeah.
They love to take pops at the camera, and then when they just open up their mouth and kind of stare at you.
He knows where my hand is, so what I do is I do this, passive handling, right here, because he'll turn around and chew on my hand if I'm not smart enough. See, there he goes.
So once you've accumulated a decent amount of practice, you can start to do things like...
There you go. There you go. Okay, so Tabitha, right off the bat. Tabitha don't want to play. So, Tabitha used to be a psycho. Now Tabitha is a cutie. As cute as I think Tabitha is, to a certain extent. Once I said, go into the cage, let Tabitha think. Don't force myself. Tabitha's done a really good job getting herself into a corner where I really can't do a lot. So I'm gonna have to sit here, get Tabitha on the run, get my hook. Always gonna get that hook to manage part of the body. Okay, Tabitha's gonna shed. So let's get Tabitha right out here. Hey, sweetie. Now if I'm slowly moving, I can get Tabitha to behave herself. But she is shedding. So when they shed, their vision is not so great and they are more likely to panic. Watching Tabitha's behavior, excellent behavior, nothing defensive here. She's just curious and whatever. So let's say I want to give Tabitha's cage a real good cleaning. What is the safest way for me to deal with Tabitha? I'm going to use my hook like this. And guess what I'm going to use? I'm going to use my barrel. So Tabitha, you just want to just sit here and be viewed, don't you? I'm not safe right now, so I don't do anything. I want a third first of the body I want to manage. So I want to get a hook and right there, right here. Support that, support the body right here. They don't want to feel like whatever. And I'm going to go like this into the barrel. My Tabitha. Okay, so now Tabitha is safe. Safe. I then lit up Tabitha. I'm now safe. Safe to deal with things, safe to do Tabitha's water, check her isopod colony, and she's got a doozy.
You keep isopods in all of them?
Oh, I keep them a lot. Here you go. Keep lots of isopods.
Oh yeah. And spiders.
So let's say the cage is done. Once again, I take the lid off. Pause. Pause for a second. Look at your animal. First thing you do when you touch her with the hook, let her know, okay, and you give her a second. She'll figure that out and she won't react offensively. I don't just want to go in there and just grab her and just pull her up there. I'm going to freak her out. I mean, this is a thinking animal. So now I got all her weight on the tail. All the weight on the hook, and I know that's not comfortable. So I'm going to go to my table. Look how thick she is. So she's pretty heavy. If I am too hasty or too negligent in my behaviors, I'm going to cause Tabitha to get scared. And then she's gonna, just the whole biting and stuff like that. So let's say if I look at Tabitha like this, I'm gonna take this away. likely is Tabitha wanting to bite me? Stay with Andy, stay. Let's go. So sometimes I have these little rubber hands. Tabitha, even though I've heated up this hand and done all sorts of things, Tabitha still isn't, although one of my ex-employees bit off its finger, Tabitha doesn't just mindlessly go around biting things because I haven't given her reason, and I've also established a friendship with her. But now I've lost control of Tabitha with my hand. So back to my hook.
And so a bite from Tabitha obviously wouldn't be fun, but...
Right, okay, so cottonmouths, although the venom, you know, drop for drop is certainly not anything to sneeze at, it's volume of venom. She can give you a lot of venom. So I would probably say my next true venomous animal would be a copperhead. But a water moccasin is excellent to work with because they tend to be cranky and not like this. She's a doll. And this is all, she's a doll only because she's learned to trust me. One thing I want to point out is as I'm going through handling animals like this, I find it a little difficult to handle these animals like I normally would. I don't tend to flow as much because I'm trying to worry about getting the animal in the lens and stuff like that. So this is not even my great handling. This is just I'm trying to be aware of too many different things. Distractions are what I'm trying to tell you. Distractions can be a problem. And somebody's filming you, somebody's doing something like that. I'm trying to do this for education. I don't film a ton of venomous content because I love venomous. We do education stuff, but I'm not trying to necessarily have venomous as like, you know, the reason for, you know, my channel and all that. If anything, I should probably do more venomous because I think there's a lot of people that are interested in it, and I just forget because I keep venomous for other purposes, and it's not to attract a lot of social media. But I love this animal, so look, awesome. Back into the cage. Right off the bat, I need to be aware. Sometimes a really good idea.
You want to not use your hands essentially as much as possible.
Because sometimes snakes, see, okay, right off the bat, we had a problem. I was playing with isopods, and sometimes things just don't go right. Like this cage, what the heck? There we go. That's interesting. The problem is I'm showing you very, very sweet animals, and it gives you a false sense. I'm showing you a spinning cobra that can really spit a lot of venom, and it's not doing anything. And it's only because we try to be very cautious and slow and establish relationships with these animals. And you see other people that are free handling their animals and showing that off. That's because they have relationships with those animals, and those animals are not viewing them as a threat, as a danger. So they can get away with that. But we don't want somebody just to think, oh, you can do that with any, you know, king cobra or whatever, because it's not the case, and that's when the stooge gets bit.
We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but we are both dripping sweat. It is probably 90 degrees in this room, and that light up there is just not helping the situation.
So let's talk about another venomous, which is a reasonable, fully hot species that you really have to be good with, but that would be the Kistrodon. So that's the copperhead. So these are, of all of our North American venomous, this is the least medically significant, and they tend to be often tractable and workable, reliable. They can be snappy. This one's a doll. Like, she literally is, I've had her forever, and she's very, very sweet. Once again, the problem is I keep showing you animals that are super sweet, and it gives you almost the wrong, I'd like to have that, the wrong idea. You really gotta be pretty good with making friends with things. So let's bring this all together. Keeping venomous animals, there are certain things that are an attractive thing, but overall, you really have to commit yourself. It's a labor of love, and you need to be doing it probably for the right reasons often. Not saying for she's just gonna turn. I'm just trying to get her to, once again, this is like, I'm changing the way I'm handling this animal because I'm trying to make sure we get good camera stuff. And this is not the reason why I want to keep Venomous. I'm truly enamored with Venomous, but if we're just going to do it for showboating, absolutely it's not for you. It's not worth doing it, especially if you have only been doing this for a couple of years. I believe Venomous are meant for people that are very well experienced, they're very well versed, and they've kept a lot of different species. And I'm not doing this because I'm being an elitist, guys. Not doing it at all. I'm just saying sometimes there's more to it, and if something goes bad, it really goes bad. You know, off to the hospital, what's your support system, all that stuff. So we want to make sure, always use your tools. Number one thing, I like to shoot guns, I like to play with guns. Don't shoot yourself, ever. Always be respectful of guns. Snakes are the same way. Always be respectful. Use safety protocols, using your tools, good caging, secure caging, being responsible, being adult-like. Remember, you represent the entire reptile community when something goes bad. I personally don't want to be that person, so I'm going to err on the side of caution, okay? And that means I'm going to use my tools and I'm going to behave myself and I'm going to really lose myself in the wonderment of the animal, but not the spectacle of me. And don't get bit. That's all I'm saying. But for the typical keeper, keeping Venomous, you need to really really be all in, and you need to be super responsible. We'll finish this video with the king. These guys get super excited. So now we're gonna play with the king cobra. Very, very strong, very excitable. He's gonna often come whipping back out. Who's messing with me? Who? And here we go. And you know what? He doesn't even hood because he's not scared of anything.
Biggest venomous snake on earth. How long would you say this guy is?
Could be like 11. The cage outside of that dimension is 8'2". Let's take a look. Hi, baby. I mean, he's 5 years old. So.
Wow. You can see him looking around and like taking it all in.
He's taking it all in, that's for sure.
So what do you think he thinks about all of the other snakes that he's seeing right now?
He'd like to eat some of them. Here you go, here's another king looking at him. See that?
Yeah.
Intensity? He is like totally, look at, see? Freaked out.
Will they eat each other if given the opportunity?
Yeah. See, like he's already reacting. If I play with him, you'll see. So, okay, so this, I'm gonna show you a difference. So here is a king cobra that doesn't act scary, and he'll lull you into thinking everything is wonderful, and it largely is wonderful. But soon as, look at this banded cobra. See it, seeing it? It's reacting. See that?
Oh yeah.
It's like, what is that? So if I go and take this top guy out, so this makes you think, all right, that's what king cobras are, right? We can all do that. So I'm gonna take him and I'll put him away. He's like a big doll. This is, an animal that, this kind of behavior is what you see people, doing a lot of cool stuff with, because they're very, very smart and they're very reliable when you have a nice, friendly king cobra. It has its own mind, and that's where you can get yourself into trouble. And I've seen a lot of people, it's amazing. I've seen a lot of people that deal with snakes and reptiles, and I can't believe there's such a percentage of people that are not really talented. Watch how they handle, how they don't understand, and how they do this. They might have the money and the desire, but they don't necessarily have maybe that expertise. All right, we're gonna play with this top guy. Okay, he's nudgy. I don't want to tear your cart. Look at that. Oh yes, here he goes. Get ready.
Yep.
He's like, nope. I'm gonna defend my cage. Come here. Look at this. Here we go. Come on. No. Oh. So he is freaked out. He saw another king cobra. Okay. So right off the bat, I did something to him that really got him upset, and it shows you how smart he is. He's totally freaked out by seeing that other king cobra. See, he even pooped on me, which is interesting. He doesn't usually do that, so he got really scared. He's super intimidated by that other king. So we have to remember, anything can happen. So I'm gonna get him to calm down. So guys, he saw my other king cobra and he got scared. He's smaller and he is completely worried now. And his behavior totally changed. When I was taking him out of the cage, he was frantic, he pooped, and that's not normally what he does. He is a biter and he'll try to do things, but he did something that was very different. He's so pissed. So the one thing that's really important, the whole time that I'm doing this, I'm never nervous. I'm never scared. I'm never worried. I'm very, this is just like anything to me. It's because I've already seen it all. And I just know to believe in my skills and my awareness. But never, ever, ever over consider your abilities, because they're always going to do something that we don't think they're going to do. Like poop in your face. Alright guys, hopefully you like this video. And we want to do something different. This is Andy's idea. We're going to shut this cage. But hopefully you found this interesting. So we showed you some very, very raw, you know, the do's and pros and cons of keeping reptiles. But as always, I really appreciate your interest. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm noticing I have a lot of people viewing our channel and they're not subbing. So you can't smell me through the camera, but you're acting like it.